my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on S3. And my lovely, we have got the right thing to make you feel good. I'm talking about an absolute king who is here to tell you all about his brand new book. We know him from our screens because of his multi-award-winning acting that he's given South Africa. However, he has also expanded into being an entrepreneur, a speaker, an award-winning author, or best-selling author rather, and so many other things. But today, we get to hear all about this beautiful, amazing new book, Geroep vir Meer. And today, I genuinely feel like we're going to hear more about success the way that we want to and the way that we should from a king who genuinely understands what it means to take absolutely everything that you have and just channel it into the right ways so that you can come out better on the other side. So everybody, please give me welcome to Expresso this morning. It is none other than Hykie Berg. Hykie, how are you?
I'm so well, Zanila. The only reason I'm the king is because my wife is the queen. You've got to remember that.
I love that.
You can only be a king if you make your wife a queen.
This is true.
Right?
And Hykie, this is why you'll never lose.
Yeah.
You understand to put your wife first.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Hykie, congratulations on your new book.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about it?
It's wonderful. It's exciting, but it's also scary.
Yes.
You know, you put so much work into it, and you just hope that the message lands and that it makes a difference.
And I know that it will, because just like your other two books did, and
Yeah.
now baby number 3,
Yes.
we're going to get to her, though. I want to start off with you and how you just do so many different things, which is absolutely amazing. And of course, you know, from the acting to being a speaker to, on top of that, being an entrepreneur.
being a dad.
To being a dad.
A 2-year-old little girl.
To being a
Yes.
husband.
Yeah.
All of these different ways in which you just shine, you know. How did these different roles shape your perspective on success?
Sure. So over the years, friends that know me, now I've got this quote is acting and politics is almost exactly the same. You've got to be wise enough to pull it off and dumb enough to think you're changing the world.
Love that.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And so when I realized that, it took me a very long time to know that success is not measured by the quantity and quality of your bank balance. It's not. It's measured by the quantity and quality of the relationships in your life.
Sure.
And that's true because everything in life is about relationships.
Yeah.
Whether you're in the business world or the acting world, it doesn't matter what it is that you do, your church life, your family life, everything is about relationships.
Yeah.
So if the people if the most important people in your life think the least of you, then you have failed.
That's
you know?
hectic.
If your children can't look you in your face because they despise you or whatever, I think you failed.
Yeah.
And so it's easy to look on, you know, everything on the outside and the awards
and the
you
material
know,
things
and finances and stuff. But it's been really, really incredible. And this book does focus on financial wealth as well, because it's important to have financial goals. It is important because it will stretch you. It will help you. Everybody has to learn how to steward money correctly.
Yeah.
And when you understand how to steward it correctly, that's when I believe you're being trusted with more. Right? Most people are not responsible with money. That's why they will never get more, because they will destroy themselves.
You're dragging us now, Hykie, but it's fine. Your book will help us to get to that more. And this is why I also then need to ask you, because I feel like, you know, to get to more, you kind of need to strike a balance. You know what I mean? And I feel like for you, you're somebody who kind of has, in terms of your different passions. So from motivational speaking to being an entrepreneur and even a writer, how do you find a balance in terms of all of
I
those
do
things?
not.
Okay.
It's my wife.
I love that.
Yeah, so I am the builder with the bricks. I bring the bricks. My wife is the cement. Without the cement, it would be a disaster. It is a rough juggle. It doesn't happen seamlessly. Sometimes you do wonder, why do you do this?
Yes.
It is a painful, you know, any success or any measure of growth or anything worthwhile that you want to achieve has got a price to pay. It is difficult. You have to sacrifice so many things.
Yeah.
Time for socials. It depends what you want out of life.
True.
Right? What is it that you're going after? And there's a price to pay. So it is difficult. Time management is difficult. But it's the relationships that's the most important. So I have learned how to put margin in my life.
Okay.
Because I am an A-type personality. I am result-driven, goal-driven. My wife is exactly the same.
Yes.
We like the Reds. Do you know the Reds? You know those personality tests?
Yes.
And so we like to achieve, if it's difficult for us to rest, that's the one thing, to actually just sit down and do nothing.
I'm the same.
Yeah, because you don't feel like you've had a productive day.
Yes.
Which is actually just ridiculous, because
just existing is already hard enough.
just existing, just being. And so I've learned, with a lot of help and a great team around me, to also just, just to be.
Just to
and you don't
be,
have to
I like
do and be everything for
that.
everybody. Right? You can
Yes.
practice self-love and self-care and just taking care of yourself.
I love that.
Which is more important than anything else, because if my cup isn't full, how am I going to be a good husband?
100%.
Doesn't matter how many books I write or how many, if I'm not present, if I'm not there for my baby girl. My parents were great, but
Yeah.
my father, he's an incredible man, but he wasn't really a present dad. And so
Sure.
I want to be a present dad for LeMay.
For your beautiful
My little
2-year-old. I can see that you're absolutely loving being a dad. But I also know that you love being a writer, because getting to book number 3, never easy.
Yeah.
Speak to us about this book. When people open it up, what are some of the things that they're going to feel? What did you want them to feel when you were putting, words on paper?
So my first book was, so I was a heroin addict for a very long time in my life, and just an addict in and out of treatment. And my first book was the process of, so when I was on Survivor in 2010,
Yeah.
I felt like I was prompted to write the first book on how I actually got clean and the overcoming every day. So I wrote about the 12 steps and Narcotics Anonymous and stuff, and that book did very well.
Yeah.
The second book was a book on mental health.
Yeah.
And because most people do struggle about mental health.
A lot of people.
Yeah. And I'm very ADHD, so I think it's a good thing and not so good when it comes to wanting to accomplish tasks and stuff.
Yeah.
And so this book was written because over the years I've just seen so many people achieve such incredible things, and I believe that we are called for more. We're called for more than what we think. But because we're struggling with limiting beliefs, things like I can't do this and I can't do that.
Yes.
South Africa do struggle from a victim mentality. We love blaming the government and blaming Eskom and blaming the world for where we are at in life. And so when I read a prayer many, many years ago, the prayer said, God, grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, the courage to change the people I can, and the wisdom to know that person is I.
So
That changed my life because it pointed to taking personal responsibility for my life. And when you understand that you're 100% responsible for your life, it brings about a great freedom.
Yeah.
And that's when you can start changing your life.
beautiful. Yeah.
So I have, and to people, the book is there to awaken your dreams. People have stopped dreaming, having a vision for their lives, because what they do is they take their dreams and they shove it into their paycheck and they think, this is my life, this is just kind of what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and it's not true. So start with a vision, start with a dream. That's what it
is.
What it will help you with, yeah.
Beautiful. Congratulations, Hykie. We're very proud of you. Thank you for this beautiful installment of a book. And I can't wait for South Africa to experience it.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
His
Wonderful
name
to
is Hykie, yes? His name's Hykie, my friend. And I know that you will be absolutely enthralled by this book just from what he's told us today. And of course, everything else that he's given South Africa in so many different aspects. But you do make sure that you go and take this book and let it transform your life. It is Geroep vir Meer, and listen. 27th September is when you can get your hands on it. And don't be the person who gets there and then it's sold out. No, go and get it on the day that it goes out so that you can, in fact, do what you need to do when it comes to this here book. Right about now, my friend, you need to make sure you stay tuned because you are on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And we absolutely love it when we are able to 100% make your day that much better. We got a lot still coming, right? Because we're only like halfway through the show. And I know Hykie and everybody is going to be, in fact, just here. However, I do hope that you do believe that we are going to be together up until the end of the show. Now, I do also want to just very much get into this, that friend, we want to hear from you because, of course, we do have a little bit of something that is happening on our social pages. It is a competition and it is just a young giveaway. And this is what you need to answer. What is the dream or purpose you feel you are called to pursue? And how can you take the first step towards it? Did you hear that? I'm going to say it again. What is the dream or purpose you feel you are called to pursue, and how can you take the first step towards it? And all you got to do is head over to our social media pages at Expresso Show, and the competition closes today at 2 p.m. And you can have this beautiful, beautiful book, but terms and conditions do apply, and you can catch it on expressoshow.com. Head over to our social pages immediately and stay tuned here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.